Hi everyone, it's Sally here, being your health coach for today, bringing you tip number 6 of how to lose weight without having to go to the gym or even do any exercise. And all of these tips, and this is a 7 series tip, will help to increase your whole body health. Pretty great news. The other great thing is that all of these tips are standalone tips, so you could just do one if you wanted to, or be a complete champion and do all 7. It's all good. I love bringing you these tips, and I love it when you subscribe. So all you need to do is press the red button. That means you don't get inundated with emails, which is great news. But if you do want to be notified when I do upload a video, just press the grey bell after you subscribe, and you can give me the thumbs up if you really like the content in this particular video. So tip number 6 is all about creating the perfect plate, the magic meal, or the balanced bowl. We're talking about macronutrients. What are they? Well, they are all the things that make your body work really well. They come into 3 categories for when we're eating. So macronutrients are proteins, they are carbohydrates, and they are also fats. Proteins are like the structure, the building blocks of creating cells in your brain, in your muscles, great for hair and skin and nails and a whole lot of other things in your body. Carbohydrates are like the fuel of your body, the energy that makes you bounce around all day. We're talking about things like vegetables and fruit, and what they do is they create great brain functioning and also central nervous system functioning and pretty much everything else. What's the last thing is fats, and fats provide vital lubrication for all of the functioning in your body. So everything here is pretty important. You could look at it like a car. So the car body is like the proteins that you eat, the structure of the car. Carbohydrates are the fuel in the car, and the fats that you eat are the oil that helps to lubricate the engine so that the car works smoothly and well. Got it? All right. So what happens when we're not really eating balanced meals and these macronutrients are in the right proportion? Well, you could be experiencing poor sleep, brain fog, maybe low energy, and most definitely weight gain, I would think. So what we're wanting to do is make sure the portions or the proportions of these macronutrients are perfect. Now, we could count percentages of calories, but that's really a pain in the butt and it's confusing and it's not practical. So my suggestion for us is to look at and assess portions on your plate. Here's what I mean. The next time you're preparing your meal or you're planning to have a meal, half of your plate wants to be salad and vegetables, and you want to get as much color into your salad and vegetables as possible. Use all of the greens and the reds and the oranges and the whites if you can. A quarter of your plate is also for protein. Now, the most protein that you have in any one meal should be the size of your palm and the thickness of your palm, okay? Irrespective of your plate, and believe me, I've had meals where the plate is, I'm not kidding, this big. It was in Hawaii and it was filled with pancakes and it was fantastic, but I'm sure I didn't feel very good afterwards. So we're looking at protein size of your palm, thickness of your palm, perfect. And the other quarter, the last quarter of your plate, is all about high fibre carbohydrates. That's stuff like cereals or grains and rice or maybe even sweet potato. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a list of some foods to look at and where all of the foods fit into all of these macronutrients so that you have the perfect guide to create your perfect plate. Sound good? Yeah. So there's our plate. Half vegetables, quarter protein, quarter high fibre carbohydrates. Anything missing? Yeah, you're right, it's the fats. And you're looking at portion size of around about the okay circle pop that in the fats on your plate. Good fats like avocado, or maybe some linseed oil, or some rice bran oil, maybe something like that on your salad. Now, depending on your lifestyle and your goals, these proportions may need to change. For example, if you're really active, you're going to need more carbohydrates to fuel the energy for your active lifestyle. And then again, maybe you're stuck behind a desk on a computer for most of the day, not moving very much. Therefore, your carbohydrate intake needs to be a little bit lower. I'm not going to get right into all of that today, but start off with this particular plan and then see how you feel. See if you're full of energy, if you're okay, or if you're depleted in energy. All right. I did want to include a table for you because not all fruits and vegetables and food fit perfectly into the fat, carbohydrate and protein categories. So for example, egg is protein and fat. Legumes and beans are carbohydrates and protein. So check out this table I've got here for you that just gives you a little bit of, it's not every single food on the planet, but it gives you a bit of a basic idea of what fruits and vegetables and what foods fit into what category, and I hope that really helps for you. Now, I did want to give you an example of a breakfast, a lunch and a dinner, just to give you an idea of what a meal looks like when it's completely balanced. Now, if you're luxurious enough to have the time for a beautiful big breakfast in the morning, you could have eggs, you could have some salad or some stir-fry vegetables, maybe mushrooms and tomato and spinach. While you're stir-frying them, add the fats in with a little bit of coconut oil or rice bran oil. You've got fats in the eggs, by the way. And then you want to have the grains, the high fibre. So maybe a whole grain piece of toast, just the size of your hand. Bread nowadays is really quite thick and quite big. So just check those portion sizes. For lunch or for dinner, you could have maybe a piece of steak or salmon as your protein. Again, salad and vegetables, and maybe some nice sweet potato for your high fibre. Delicious. So there it is. And tip number 6, creating balanced bowls, magic meals and perfect plates. I'm going to be back with our last tip, tip number 7. I hope to see you soon. Stay well, everybody.